What's your dream? And then the second question is, you've got to understand, and I talked about this when I was here 2 years ago, what are the 2 or 3 most important things you must do well to succeed in the job you're in or the job you want to do? How does Google add value and the area you're in add value? Can you write it down? And your boss certainly needs to be able to write it down. This is how you mobilize people. How do we add value? What things do we need to be great at? What things do you need to be great at to be outstanding? Can you write down those 2 or 3 things? The reason a lot of people fail to reach their potential is they're spending their time on all sorts of things every day, but they don't have on their wall the 3 things they must do at a superb level. There's a lot of things that I get asked to do every day. There's only 3 or 4 in the job I'm in right now that I need to do at a superb level if I'm going to be great. And what you learn to do, this is how you choose priorities. You got to decide how to spend your time. Do you match your time with those top 3? How many of you can write down the top 3 tasks that you must be great at to be great at your job? How many of you don't know what they are? And I will tell you, go back, interview your boss if you have to, and write them down. I assure you, your boss, he or she has them in their mind when they're reviewing you at the end of the year. I certainly do. I can tell you that for sure. And they're measuring you every day against those. It would be better if you took ownership of knowing what those are and strive, and then relook at, again, your strengths and weaknesses versus those tasks. How do you rate? Where are you strong? Where are you weak? What do you need to work at? Okay? You've got to do this. And I would say, the other thing, most of you are too young for this, but as you get promoted, they change. Whatever you need to be great at in your job, when you get moved to a new job, different 3. If you get promoted, different 3. By the way, world changes, competitors take actions, you have a new strategic initiative, might be a different 1 or 2 or 3. Do you know what they are? Because this is what you're driving against. And by the way, you may say, well, I don't have time to do this. I'm working a ridiculous number of hours. And I would say, this is the prism through which you drive every action you take and every decision you make. If that's true, if you're driving a Maserati or whatever you drive at 150 miles, I don't drive one of those, but I wouldn't know how to drive one of those, but if you, because I can't drive a stick. But if you drove 150 miles an hour, it would be nice if you knew where you were going. What's the vision? What are the top 2 or 3 tasks you must do well? Can you write them down? You should gear your skills development against those. Your dream job, you ought to think about what the tasks were that you would dream about. When were you at your best working at Google? When did you shine? When were you your best in your life? When did you shine? What were you doing? What tasks were you performing? How does it fit with your current job? Maybe there's a job 3 doors